Previously on Big Brother. The housemates competed in their 7th head of household competition, Avoid Critter Challenge, with Gemma crowned the winner. Gemma then nominated Connie and Lucy for eviction. In Power of Veto, the housemates competed in a Dirty Swamp Challenge, with head of household Gemma once again taking victory. She opted to keep the nominees exactly the same. The two girls then went head-to-head for eviction, with Connie losing in a 4-2 vote, becoming the 9th housemate evicted from the Big Brother house, and first of 7 Big Brother jurors, who will decide the winner of the series. We then revealed the results of a YouTube poll to allow 2 ex-housemates to re-enter the Big Brother house as guests, with Karen and Julian taking victory. Now, who will win the 8th head of household competition? Who will they nominate for eviction? And how will secret guests Karen and Julian get on? Let's find out. In Big Brother. Day 16. 6 a.m. Karen and Julian are now re-entering the Big Brother house while the housemates sleep. Welcome back Karen and Julian. Karen, who knew that after almost 2 weeks, that you would be back in the Big Brother house. Julian, just 3 days ago you were evicted, and now, you two are back. As you are both aware, you both were evicted on day 3 and day 13 respectively. The day you became evicted it rendered you ineligible to win the series. This will remain the case. However, all is not lost. You will both be living in the house for an extra week. Initially this will be in the secret garden, a secret extension accessible only by the head of household bathroom, with only today's head of household knowing you are there. Please go there now. This is Big Brother. Can all housemates please change their clothes, and make their way to the task area for the next head of household competition? Today will be the 8th head of household competition. This will take the form of a dart duo challenge. The 7 housemates will compete in a range of one-on-ones, until we have a winner left. So, let's begin. Gemma. As outgoing head of household, you are not eligible to compete. Please take a seat. Round 1. The 7 housemates have been grouped into 7 groups. Each housemate will have up to 2 opportunities to win, and they will be eliminated if they win 0 times. First up, we have Cassandra versus Dustin.
A few moments later.
Dustin. You have won and are through to round 2. Cassandra, you will have one more chance later to proceed to round 2. Next up, we have Helena versus Larry.
A few moments later.
Helena, you have won and are through to round 2. Larry, you will have one more chance later to proceed to round 2. Next up, we have Lucy versus Penelope.
A few moments later.
Penelope, you have won and are through to round 2. Lucy, you will have one more chance later to proceed to round 2. Next up, we have Reese versus Cassandra.
A few moments later.
Cassandra, you have won and are through to round 2. Reese, you will have one more chance later to proceed to round 2. Next up, we were meant to have Dustin versus Helena, but both had already won a game and were through to the next round, so we moved on to the next pair. Next up, we had Larry versus Lucy.
Wallabish.
A few moments later.
Larry, you have won and are through to round 2. Lucy, you have been eliminated. Next up, we had Penelope versus Reese.
A few moments later.
Penelope, you have won again, and as stated, you are through to round 2. Reese, you have been eliminated. Lucy and Reese, you were both eliminated from round 1. Please move to the red seats. Round 2. The 5 housemates have been grouped into 5 groups. Each housemate will have 2 opportunities to win, and they will be eliminated if they win 0 times. First up, we have Cassandra versus Dustin.
A few moments later.
Dustin, you have won and are through to round 3. Cassandra, you will have one more chance later to proceed to round 3. Next up, we have Helena versus Larry.
A few moments later.
Helena, you have won and are through to round 3. Larry, you will have one more chance later to proceed to round 3. Next up, we have Penelope versus Cassandra.
A few moments later.
Cassandra, you have won and are through to round 3. Next up, We were meant to have Dustin versus Helena, but both had already won progression to round 3, so we moved on to the next bear. Next up, we have Larry versus Penelope.
A few moments later.
Larry, you have won and are through to round 3. Penelope, you have been eliminated. Penelope, you were eliminated from round 2. Please move to the red seats. Round 3. The 4 housemates have been split into 2 groups of 2. The winner of each group will proceed to round 4. First up, we have Cassandra versus Dustin.
A few moments later.
Congratulations Dustin, you are through to the final round. Cassandra, you have been eliminated. Next up, we have Helena versus Larry.
A few moments later.
Congratulations Helena, you are through to the final round. Larry, you have been eliminated. Cassandra and Larry, both of you were eliminated in round 3. Please move to the red seats. Final round. Dustin and Helena will have a final game. Whoever wins this round will become head of household.
A few moments later.
Congratulations Dustin. You have just won head of household. Bad luck Helena. You have been eliminated. Helena, you were eliminated in the final round. Please move to the red seats. Dustin, please move to the winner's seat. Congratulations Dustin. You have just won head of household. This will grant you immunity from tomorrow's eviction. Later tonight, Big Brother will ask you to nominate 2 housemates for eviction. Only housemate popularity or veto will be able to save them. "6:24 p.m. In the lounging hallway, Lucy, Helena and Gemma are talking about Connie's eviction last night. Gemma says she feels bad for putting Connie up for eviction. Helena tells her not to feel bad, since she herself never got along with Connie. Head of household Dustin tells Reese that he is his best mate in the house, so he has nothing to worry about in the upcoming eviction. Reese is glad to hear this, as he has almost been evicted several times now. Penelope is complaining to Cassandra and Larry that she is the only housemate currently in the house who has never won a challenge. Cassandra and Larry reassure her that it's mostly down to luck. Gemma and Dustin are finally acknowledging that they have a bit of attraction to one another, but that it's probably best to wait until they are out of the house to see if it means anything. Reese and Lucy are talking about their survival on the show. Reese has nearly been evicted 3 times. This is also the case for Lucy, who has survived the past 3 evictions in a row. Dustin and Cassandra are getting to know each other a little better. Cassandra brings up the fact they spoke a lot on day 1, and then kind of stopped. Dustin then begins to talk to Helena and Larry about his head of household victory. Helena says it was annoying that she was runner-up, but that she never stood a chance against him. Meanwhile, in the secret garden, Karen and Julian are talking about re-entering the Big Brother house. Karen brings up the fact that Julian was the one who put her up for eviction, and is the reason she was first out of the house. Julian apologizes, saying it was because she spent all her time talking to Larry. Karen acknowledges that there is truth in this. 8 p.m. All of the housemates have gathered in the lounge area for the upcoming nominations ceremony. This is Big Brother. Can head of household Dustin please come to the diary room? Congratulations again, Dustin. As you are aware, you are the new head of household, granting you immunity and the ability to nominate 2 housemates for eviction. Please decide these nominees now. Housemates. Dustin has just returned from choosing his 2 nominees. They are Lucy and Cassandra. Tomorrow, only veto or housemate popularity will be able to save them. 11:57 p.m. As many of the housemates head to bed for the night, head of household Dustin has been made aware of the secret garden extension to the head of household room. He is currently the only one allowed to know about this. Dustin cannot believe he is seeing them again, especially Karen, who he went head-to-head with in the very first eviction.